A whole new day in trade. Let's take a look at how the handover was last night. Now, the US futures on all three major benchmarks, the Dow, S&P and Nasdaq, traded in the red last night. There's been a huge second wave. The US has gone back to 83,000 new cases per day on Friday and Saturday. That's hurting outlook on equities as well as outlook on commodities like oil. Dow futures dipped 100 points. S&P 500 futures fell 0.4%. Nasdaq 100 futures fell 0.4%. So this is despite the election coming up, despite being in the thick of earnings season, doesn't really matter. US markets under a bit of pressure. Now that same handover is also hitting Asia this morning. So the Nikkei is up 0.11%, so marginally. But the Topix is down 0.12%, so again marginally down. The Kospi in Korea is hovering below the flat line right now. Shares of Samsung are very volatile as there's been the demise of a key managing director over there. S&P ASX 200, so that's in Australia, only region bucking the trend, up 0.33%. Now, European stocks on Friday closed up 1%. Banks really did well, 3% gains on the back of strong earnings. And then retail stocks were the only sector in the red, falling 0.5%. So that's how the equity market shaped up. If you want to look at that, then it is highly likely that we might be under a bit of pressure today as far as the trading day is concerned. Now, oil and gold, two commodities we have to always check on. Brent crude lost 69 cents or 1.63% to settle at $41.77 per barrel. WTI crude shed 79 cents or 1.94% to settle at $39.85 per barrel. So we've breached 40 for WTI. For Brent, we're still above there. But let's see how that goes. And obviously, now that we're seeing a big resurgence in cases, that always means that demand is going to get hit. And then obviously, oil prices tend to correct after that. Every time the overall demand outlook worsens, oil prices seem to correct. So that's what we're seeing right now. Coming to gold, which tends to act as a hedge to equities, spot gold on Friday too fell 0.4% to $1,896 per ounce. So it's very important because we were defending that $1,900 mark. Let's remember gold went to 2,070 at its peak. People had more bullish targets on it from there. It then retraced, came back to 1950, 1960, then 1900. Now it seems to be even breaching that. So it seems that, it's volatile. Sometimes when equities don't do well, gold goes up. Other days when equities are flat, gold tends to lose a little bit. But nonetheless, it's definitely lacking luster that we saw earlier on in the last two quarters where it was just headed in a one-way upward direction. US gold futures fell 0.3% to $1,898 per ounce. So they again are below the $1,900 mark. Let's see. They were waiting on stimulus to finally fructify. If something happens on that front, it'll definitely change the landscape for precious metals as well. So let's keep an eye out on all these benchmarks. It seems that Nifty might open under a bit of pressure today.